Hello from Hillsboro. We are building a cutting flower garden. In-house cutting flower garden expert Lana Lopez is in town, and she's been leading on the design of this project. And I thought I'd have her give us a little walkthrough. Let's pan around. Oh.
Okay.
Hi, Lana.
Hi.
We're so glad you're here.
Yay.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you did here?
We created a modern rose garden, is what I'm calling it. And the reason that it's modern is because it's not just roses. It's a mix of roses and structural elements that look nice all year, and other cutting flowers that help support a rose bouquet if you were creating a flower arrangement. So we mixed together different shaped flowers. We've got some spires, we've got some daisy faces, and then we have obviously the big rose blooms. We tried to give a range of colors. This space had the existing salvia, which is a lot of purple, and then it had the existing white carpet roses. So we wanted to elevate those in design by adding some darker burgundies and some variegation with the cordylines. And then obviously we have a range of colors in more like bouquet roses. So we can walk through those.
Yeah.
Sure. We've got one of our
what we got.
Standard favorites, Coco Loco.
Ooh, that's a beautiful rose.
Pretty one. This is a Roald Dahl, which we just love. That's like a peachy apricot.
And are these David Austin roses?
Roald Dahl is a David Austin. We have another David Austin up here that is not looking amazing at the moment, but it will be because it's Princess Alexandria of Kent.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Beautiful, beautiful pinky magenta.
Gorgeous.
We have a Parfuma Earth Angel, which is just like the most gorgeous double pale pink.
Look at that.
Amazing.
That's going to be so pretty.
Gorgeous.
Ooh, what's this here?
The Digitalis, our little Dalmatian lavender, so cute. Or I think it's Camelot lavender.
That Camelot series is
so
gorgeous.
Good. I know. I love those little speckles.
Great.
So cute with the purple leucadendron.
This is a great example of the spires kind of shape.
Yes,
flower
exactly. Oh my gosh, this is one of my new favorites. Darcy Bustle. She's a David Austin. She's named after a famous ballerina, and she is the prettiest, like deep magenta, almost, well, it's red, but I feel like it has enough pink in it that it's like works so well with the purples and the burgundies and the blues. It's just so pretty.
Great.
She's gorgeous. We have some alstromerias in here.
Yeah, what are the filler plants? So the roses, and then we'll show a couple more, but we've got roses as our kind of stars of the show.
Those are the stars.
What are the supporting flowers?
We've got alstromerias, which are every florist's favorite plant because they just bloom their heads off and they last so long. And we have a couple different varieties. We have one called tricolor, and then we have an Inca mix, which seems to be whites and pinks and things. So super cute. And then we also have a daisy face echinacea in one of my favorites, which is called Rainbow Marcella.
Oh yeah.
She's like warm, orangey, peachy, and then it gets like these hot pink streaks. It's so cute. And then it has like an orangey brown middle. It's like a really good blender plant. I like it for its tying together these pinks and oranges, and you can then add in purples. It's really pretty.
And that's something you think is really important in cutting flower gardens and in arrangements,
Definitely.
right?
Agreed.
Tell us about that.
Gotta have our blenders. Usually it's like those kinds of flowers with multiple colors, or are like anything kind of muddy toned. And I think the leucadendron actually is perfect for that. You can cut those burgundy foliage, and that too has like warms and cools in it, which I think in arrangements can be very useful. Plus that dark background makes everything look fabulous.
Yeah, that's one of the most interesting things I've learned from you over the years, Lana, is you think of like your just colors, pink and blue and whatever.
Totally.
But the muddy colors, and muddy doesn't even sound like something you'd want in your arrangement, but it's actually what makes your arrangement look really fabulous and sophisticated and professional.
Exactly. Yep. It totally ties those colors together and gives you a more blended palette, which is really helpful.
Awesome. The blended palette cutting garden. We're doing it.
I love that. So then we've got our Dalmatian That is a Camelot rose. Okay,
Ooh,
Camelot rose.
so
They kind of look similar.
pretty.
They all look a little similar, but so pretty. Camelot rose. This is one of my favorite roses. It's so hard to pick, but this one is so good. Love song. Smells amazing. Ruffly lavender. Is beautiful when it ages. Like, everything's good about that.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it? So the lavender makes a good evergreen structural element to the garden, and we like to use it as fronters for the roses because sometimes the roses' legs don't look that great. That's also what this pittosporum is doing. And the heuchera. The heuchera obsidian is my favorite. It can take the sun and the shade, and it's got that dark burgundy color, which I feel like all those light roses really kind of need in order to look sexy. So heuchera, pittosporum, and lavender are repeated as our fronters, and they keep the garden feeling cohesive while we get a little crazy with the other colors and shapes and sizes.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And then I'm noticing that I think it feels like the theme here is like it's the client requested a sort of traditional palette of like pinks and purples and whites, which can feel kind of old-fashioned and romantic.
Exactly.
But because we're using that super dark saturated purple heuchera and the saturated burgundy leucodendron,
it modernizes it.
Exactly, it modernizes it. And tell us about this little friend, our friend the cordyline.
Cordyline Torbay Dazzler is really appropriately named. It literally does dazzle. It catches the light. It gives a vertical element. It gives an architectural feeling, and I feel like it just makes all gardens look great. It modernizes the space. It also ties it together with the rest of the landscape, which we use a piece for a long visual. While you're across the yard, you can see those things just glowing. So
so it's nice to have those here as a repeated element. One other cool one, that blue juniper. What's that all about?
That is Blue Star. Originally, we had designed in some agaves, but that was just a little too kind of cactusy for this vibe that we were going for. So we switched it out, put in these blue junipers. The color ties in with some of the blue junipers that are tall around the rest of the garden. And then it's another evergreen structural kind of cool English garden style that we like.
Yeah, it really bridges like traditional English, because you see these in gardens in country properties in England, and then it also somehow feels a little bit cool and modern and eclectic.
They're low water, they're appropriate for California, they're great.
Happy in sun and shade. And then obviously the rest of this garden, the existing base was these 3 beautiful olive trees, the salvia leucantha, right? The Mexican purple salvia. Which is not a plant we often use because it's crazy, as you can see. That's a big old salvia, but it's actually great. They take up space, they're super low water, and that purple is like a 9-month bloom. It's pretty incredible.
And the hummingbirds, while we've been out here, are all over them. It's so cute. And the honeybees, which is great.
So maybe we're coming around to salvia leucantha.
We might be.
We got some sagos up there. That's our new
modern rose garden.
That's right.
Yay.
Thanks so much for walking us through it. I hope this is helpful for you all. See you later.
Bye.